I'm just happy.
You're happy that you have the baby right now?
Yeah.
Those are happy tears? Hi everyone! Today is another special day because we have Leia with us! Leia, say hi! I'm gonna use her foot. Hi! I got this comb for you, Leia, okay? Even though you're sleeping, I'm gonna make you look very pretty.
She was awake a few minutes ago, but for newborns, they tend to just fall asleep whenever.
It looks like you appreciate our baby a whole lot. We've been through so much this year, from the miscarriage to being pregnant and actually giving birth.
It's been a crazy experience because I feel like I appreciate her so much more after going through a miscarriage, because you kind of take stuff for granted sometimes, and then when that was taken away from us the first pregnancy, I felt like when I got pregnant again that I was more careful about things. And now that she's here, I love her so much more, and I knew I was gonna love her, but she outdid herself because I love her.
Because what?
Because she's
because
so
she has so much
cute.
hair?
She has so much hair. She's a sweet baby, and just seeing her smile, it makes me really happy to have her here.
And how do you feel now that you actually have a baby girl after going through a miscarriage?
It feels good because I felt like the miscarriage was a really long process for us, and I feel like even after we got through it, it took us almost a year to start trying again because we were so traumatized from the entire experience. We weren't prepared for any of that, and I think it just scarred us.
I would say when we went through the miscarriage and we started the recovery process, it took us about 2 months before we could even recover. It was 2 months of just staying at home, making sure she's rested, her body's getting back to normal.
I was in bed most of the time because I lost so much blood too, so I just couldn't really do anything.
For those times we were staying at home for those 2 months, not talking to anyone, it was just kind of like a little depression mode, and we didn't film anything, we didn't do any of that stuff.
We kept everything to ourselves. We didn't want to tell family and friends because we're kind of embarrassed at the same time too.
I wasn't embarrassed, it happens.
Well, I guess I was, because I felt like something was wrong with me. I didn't know why it happened. After we just kept researching things, it gave us more hope, and the more info that we got about miscarriages, it made us feel a lot better. And that's how we even started getting into making videos, because it's so common for people to go through miscarriages. It's 1 in 3 pregnancies.
And no one talks about it.
So people always talk about the good side of pregnancy. They never talk about the real, not too great parts of being pregnant. That was our main goal after everything happened.
And look what happened. Now we have little Leia, and she's holding your hand
I know.
while you're sleeping.
I love it every time she holds my finger, because that's exactly what she did once she was born. So how do you feel after going through a miscarriage? Because for me, it was a lot of like physical torment.
During that time when we were going through the miscarriage, I was pretty sad, pretty depressed about it. And yeah, we lost our baby, but I think I was more sad seeing you go through it, and that's what hurt me the most. I didn't want to see you in pain. I didn't want to see you depressed. I kind of moved forward pretty fast and accepted the fact that we lost the baby, but I was just trying to make you feel better and make you happy so you don't go into a depression. So that's what I was worrying about the most when we're going through a miscarriage. And now that we have this baby and seeing how happy you are, it worked out great. You're so appreciative right now. You love her so much, and I think if we had our first child, I don't know if you're even ready for that.
I do remember going back to the first pregnancy. I don't think we were ready either. Like
you or me?
I think me mostly, because we were kind of planning for it, but at the same time, I wasn't ready to just be at home, and I was more upset about not being able to eat things that I wanted, like sushi, or not being able to drink coffee. Like, it was hard for me to make those sacrifices for the first one.
Yeah, you definitely weren't ready in the first pregnancy.
Yeah.
After the miscarriage and you got pregnant again, you were definitely ready.
Yeah.
You cut the caffeine, you cut the raw fish, you cut the steaks.
That was hard. I think the dieting was the hardest part of being pregnant, but it was really worth it because I didn't want to go through a miscarriage again. I didn't want anything to happen to her. So I just did it because I wanted her to be good.
Honestly, we don't even know how the miscarriage happened and what the reason was for it. It could be from all the caffeine. It could have been from doing so much during that time and all that stress. Or maybe not. I mean, who knows? But once she got pregnant again, we just did everything very safe, rested her, didn't do anything that could just cause any harm.
We stayed away from any physical activity because I think with the first pregnancy we didn't know, and we were traveling. Thanks. I was still drinking coffee every day, and we were going to the gym, so that could have been a cause, but we don't know. After reading...
I'm making it worse.
Are you making it frizzy?
Yeah, sorry.
With this pregnancy, we're just more careful because you know pregnancies can happen. It's common. There's no real reason why it happens. Sometimes you don't know. And sometimes it just happens because your body's not used to you getting pregnant, especially if it's your first pregnancy. It's your body's way of fighting something that it's not used to.
Let me just say that all of you that are going through a miscarriage or have been through one and still haven't had a baby yet, don't give up, because our rainbow baby that came, I'm so happy that we have one. For us to even have one, you really just have to get through that experience first and move forward. Nothing better than positivity moving forward is what's going to get you going.
Even during the pregnancy, because we had other miscarriage videos out there, people were still messaging me and asking for advice and things like that.
To this day, people are still messaging
telling
us
about your stories, and we appreciate the fact that you can confide in us to talk about your private stories, just for being able to come to us about anything. We try to help as much as we can. We try to give you as much info as we can, and I think we just try to be positive because we went through it, and you don't really fully get through a miscarriage, but I mean, look at us now.
My number one advice, just keep going and you'll have this baby girl or baby boy, and it's just so worth it.
And there's no pressure, you know, when you try again when you're ready. Don't just force yourself to, because we didn't at all.
Yeah, there's really no reason to rush. Once we had this baby, I was like, you know what, I don't know if we're gonna have a second baby. So there's really no rush to even have the first one.
But I think once you do, you'll appreciate it so much more, and you'll get over having the miscarriage, and you always have that in the back of your mind, but you're focused more on the current and the future.
Do you still think about the miscarriage?
Sometimes. Like if I were to watch our old videos, go through all of the emotions again that we went through, I probably would start crying again.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it sucks when I see friends who have their kids when our first one would have been the same age.
Yeah.
Those suck.
Yeah, because then we think back about people who were pregnant at the same time that I was the first time. So, oh, 1 or 2 years old now. Oh, you know, our kid was supposed to be 1 or 2 also.
Yeah, that sucks. But there's nothing you can do about it. The best way to get over things is just to have another one.
And I guess going back to your question too, do I still think about the miscarriage? I mean, there have been times where I look at her, and every time I'll stare at her at nighttime, it's like when I get sad. I get a little teary-eyed because I think back of everything that we went through.
You get sad when you look at her at night when I'm sleeping?
Not when we're sleeping, but
when I'm sleeping, because I don't see it.
No, it's just like sometimes I'll just stare at her. We're in the room and I'm just like feeding her something, and I just stare at her, and I'm just happy that she's here.
You look like you're gonna cry right now.
I'm just happy.
You're happy that you have the baby right now?
Yeah.
Those are happy tears?
Well, since I'm still trying to not cry, how does it feel for you to have a baby girl?
It's crazy. Words can't explain how I feel. I just can't believe we have a kid right now.
I feel like the miscarriage was something that was really hard on the both of us. Sometimes when I was pregnant too, there were things that happened the first time. So I would get scared and think, oh no, I'm cramping. Am I gonna have a miscarriage again? Or oh no, there's some spotting or something. Like I was always stressed out about it. But I did everything as much as I could. I pretty much tried to prevent or avoid anything that would cause it to happen again. But there's always those fears of having a miscarriage again, and then even if we tried again for the second kid,
it can happen
again.
It
can happen again.
Yeah. Hopefully not.
Yeah.
But are those tears from the past, or are those tears because you're a little emotional from after the pregnancy? Because your hormones are still a little whacked.
Yeah, I think it's everything, because I feel like I'm more emotional right now, but it could be from the lack of sleep, because it's really draining on you too, and then sometimes you have frustrations, but you kind of get through it because you do what you have to do for the baby. So what happens if the next one is a girl?
So the big thing is that in my family, through my brothers, my cousins, everyone, no one else is gonna have a baby but me. That means if there is no son that I have, my last name won't survive. So I am the last chance, the last hope for our family. And if we have a baby girl on the next one, I was saying before that we'll try again for a third to have a boy. And then if you have 3 girls, I don't know what to do.
Oh my God.
I have no idea. I don't even want to think about that.
Hopefully,
I don't know.
We'll just have her, and then we'll have a boy in the next one, and I think that's it.
Is there any advice to give to those who are going through what we went through?
You should have a good support system, whether it's your partner or just anyone, your friends, your family. You should have a good support system no matter what, because that will help you get through it so much faster, and it will make things so much easier.
I think our support system was awesome. I don't know if anyone else can have what we had, because not only did we have our friends and family, we had all of you guys watching our videos and giving us all this positivity, spreading it all throughout our channel, and that helped us move forward even faster. And if it wasn't for that, I don't think we'd be here today talking to you guys.
And I think that's what we love so much about our channel too, because we try to promote positivity.
It's all positivity. So anybody who gives negative comments on there, your comment is out of there. I don't want to put no negativity in it at all. Please, if you guys are watching and you have some negative comments, don't even say it.
And we appreciate people, or some of our viewers, who actually defend us with those comments too, but we'd rather just not have it there, because what's the point? The whole point of our channel is to be positive for other people.
Yeah.
And we don't want anyone to ruin that vibe, because it just gets people riled up for nothing. Just continue to be supportive and don't be afraid to ask for help. Even though you have our baby now and the miscarriage happened like a few years back, we're still here to give any advice, and if any of you want to confide in us, you know, that's why we started our channel. So I think that's always going to be our goal.
You can always DM us. Just follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can always message us through that. Our email's there as well.
So for you, what kind of advice would you give as a partner to people who are going
Good question. As a guy in a relationship, you're really not going through the physical pain. You're watching your significant other go through the pain, which is the most hurtful thing that you can see. My word of advice is to support them the best way you can. Feed them as much positivity as you can. Without that, who knows what they're going through? I don't know, because it's not me. But I can see what you're going through, and through that pain, it hurts me a lot. When I give you the positivity and try to cheer you up, that's what I want to do. I don't want you to go into a depression. I don't want anything mental to happen to you. I just want you to get back to normal as possible. So I'm going to do what I can to make that happen. So a word of advice for all you guys out there, that's what you got to do to make them move forward faster. Just support them all the way, every day.
I think it helps to give that physical support. The most important thing is that emotional support, and I feel like that's what you helped to do.
I don't even know what I did, actually.
It's just being positive and understanding my emotions and feelings. If I was sad, you let me be sad, and you give me my few minutes to be sad, and then after that, you would try to cheer me up or do something to make me happy.
And then, you know, what I do now that we have Leia is I'll see moments when she's bonding with her, and I'll just let them have their time, because I know what she went through. So I'll let her have the extra time with Leia, and sometimes I just give her to you. Look, she does a double chin thing.
Oh no!
Yay! Good morning. What are you doing? You can go back to sleep? Okay. Big yawns. Oh, big stretch.
And some advice to all of you new parents or first-time parents. I know there's always going to be people who are going to try to give you advice and tell you, you're doing this wrong, you're doing this right. Whatever the case is, just go with your gut. And if you feel like what you're doing is working for you, then do it.
We do everything that the pediatrician, the hospital, the nurses recommend us to do. So everything that we're doing is not just because we're pulling it out of our butt. It's because these experienced people are telling us, these professionals.
I think people were asking about her sleeping schedule, right? About
waking her up? Oh, we had to wake her up.
Yeah, because she wasn't premature, but she was a very small baby. So she was 6 pounds, and then she went to 5 pounds. So we have to wake her up every 2 hours to make sure that she's healthy. Whatever you do, just be happy with the experience.
So there you have it, guys. From going through the miscarriage to having Leia, it was well worth it. I did everything I could to help Christina move forward as fast as possible, and I hope I did a good job, and I hope that you will no longer be sad and cry about it.
Hopefully not. I still get it here and there, 'cause I can't help it, but it could be my hormones too.
I think it's your hormones.
Yeah, but I think I'm just really happy to have her.
There's no reason for you to be sad anymore.
It's just more of thinking about everything that happened and how, like, she's our miracle baby.
She's our rainbow baby.
She's our rainbow baby.
You want to tell them what a rainbow baby is?
So a rainbow baby is actually just the child that you actually give birth to after having a miscarriage. You always hear that saying that after every storm there comes the rainbow, and I feel like she's our rainbow.
Yay! Well, we're gonna let her sleep a little bit. That is all for today, and we'll catch you guys next time. Every Monday, every Thursday, we'll see you at 3 p.m. Pacific. And if you have anything you want us to film, let us know in the comments below. Bye, guys. Thanks. Bye. Subscribe.